fact, and he's a Jew, he never became a Christian. He says because of this fact, Jesus rose from the dead. Okay? You have to explain why the disciples gave up and then suddenly were preaching in Jerusalem. The only explanation that you can have is that Jesus literally rose from the dead. The third issue is the enemies of Jesus becoming Christians. How do you explain that? How do you explain Paul and James and others that were enemies of the Christian faith at his time became Christians? And fourth, how do you explain the birth of the early church? These people were Jewish people. What made them go from Orthodox Jews to preaching this Messiah? And number five, how come the early church was preaching in Jerusalem if they had seen illusions of Jesus? Then all the people had to do, the Sanhedrin or the Roman authorities, was to actually bring the body out, and their visions would have been proved wrong. Why were they preaching in Jerusalem? If they were lying or if they were deluded, they would not preach in Jerusalem because the authorities would have brought the body out. Okay, so those reasons alone show us that Christ rose from the dead, and naturalist explanation can't explain those reasons. Okay, and Gamez actually said it's a fact that Christ rose from the dead. He never became a Christian, but he recognized the power of those evidences. So we've only got a few more minutes. The arguments about we have to prove there is a God. We don't have to prove there is a God. There are good arguments for God, fine-tuned argument design. The issue here is historical evidence. We're looking at historical evidence, and the issue is, can miracles break through? Now, you don't have to believe in God or not believe in God. You have to be open-minded that, you know, something can break through history. Quantum mechanics tells you that quantum theory, a quantum mechanical understanding of the laws of nature implies that nothing is strictly impossible. Neil Shenunai, research chemist, and quoting physicist Michael Strauss. Basically, you know, a miracle is a possibility.